This is Jerome Braggs of JeromeBraggs.com, and I wanted to come and do a video to help you reframe your perspective and your understanding around what spiritual growth actually is. So I get this question a lot over the years about, what should I be doing for my spiritual growth and how do I grow spiritually? And a lot of times when people are thinking about spiritual growth and what we've been taught, oftentimes even in spiritual circles, is that spiritual growth is about, going through tests and a lot of hardship and pain and often even suffering so that you can pass some tests and grow into a version of you that is more worthy or acceptable or something like that in the eyes of some type of universe or God that you believe is judging you or is putting you through tests in order to deem you worthy. And I want to change that, kind of offer you a perspective from your soul to help change that perspective. And this is something that I used to as well believe, and that was an approach that I used to have many years ago. Before I really began to have mystical experiences that showed me what the spirit actually is, and then when my intuitive gifts open and I could actually see people's energy and I could really see their spirit and feel into their spirits, I really understood what it was, and my whole perception of what spiritual growth is about changed. And it changed it to a perception that has really been grounded in love and has helped me release this whole belief in going through a relationship with a God or a higher self or something like that that is putting me through tests to try and prove me worthy, or putting me through tests to try and make me graduate to other levels. It's really about something different. So to get into what spiritual growth really actually is from our soul's perspective, the first thing you have to understand is what spirit is. So it's actually, the word is spiritual growth. So that is the growth of the spirit. So, as a soul, you are biology, which is your human self, which is this body here that you see of me. This is the biological or the physical self. And you are also non physical, you are spirit. And that spirit is energy, right? So, the spirit aspect of you have a biological aspect, which is the part that you can see and touch. And you have a spiritual aspect of you, which is really the part that you can feel. You may not be able to see it unless you have certain intuitive or psychic abilities that you are able to see some of what the soul is. But you can feel it. It's energy, and energy is what's felt, what's sensed. The energy of the spirit, no matter who you are, no matter what your gender is, what your racial makeup is, what your sexuality is, you are spirit. You have a spirit, and that spirit's makeup is love. It is the energy of love, unconditional love to be exact. Everybody's energy, they are made of love, they are made for love, and they're made from love. So the energy of the spirit is love, and that is a multifaceted energy. And if you've been following me for a while, you've heard me talk about it, the different aspects of it, but I'll go through it very quickly here. It's a multifaceted energy, meaning it has many different vibrations that make it up, the wholeness of it. Kind of like there are pieces of a pie that make up the whole of the pie. So the different vibrations that make up the whole of love energy are things like worthiness. And when we're talking about energy, by the way, you're talking about emotional, of a feeling, a sense. Um, that's kind of how you can translate that into human terms. Energy kind of, it has a emotional resonance to it. So it's the sense of worthiness, the sense of freedom, the sense of empowerment, the sense of peace, the sense of belonging, the sense of trust, the sense of peace. I mean, the sense of bliss. These are aspects, all kind of facets that make up love. They're all different words actually for love energy. So when you're thinking about this, right, and you're thinking about spiritual growth, growing the spirit, what that is about is how you maneuver through your life, the way you live your life, the thoughts that you're thinking, the choices that you're making for yourself, the lifestyle that you live, in a way that allows these energies to expand within you instead of diminish and restrict. So you want to become a higher and bigger, more expanded embodiment of the feeling of worthiness. So, said in another way, you want to feel more worthy this year than you did last year. That's how you know you're spiritually growing. You want to feel more free, a bigger sense of liberation, a bigger sense of freedom this year than you did last year. You want to feel more empowered and you want to feel more bliss, more peace, more trust, more belonging, right? That is growing the energy of love. It is growing your spirit. So that is what spiritual growth really is. Are you making choices for yourself? Are you working with your belief system? Are you living a lifestyle that allows you to feel more love energy than you used to? Every year that is supposed to grow. Now, it may not grow, exponentially every year. You might not have, massive quantum shifts to where it is way more expensive. But even if it's just a little bit, if you feel more enough, more lovable than you felt last year, if you feel more like you're able to express yourself and you're able to do what you really want to do than you did, if you feel more, you're honoring your boundaries more and you feel more empowered, you feel more honored than you used to, if you trust that life loves you and that you're following your intuition and you trust in it more than you used to, if you are happier and you're engaging more in your passions and you're feeling more fulfilled, if you are deepening your relationships, right? You're feeling more of a sense of connection and intimacy with the people in your lives. You are spiritually growing. You are growing your spirit. You are growing the energy of love. But if you're not, if instead of feeling more worthy, you feel more shame, you feel more inadequate, you feel less than, you feel not enough. If instead of feeling free, you feel imprisoned some way, maybe you're hiding or suppressing some aspects of your true self. If you're not, honoring your boundaries and you're continuing to feel violated and disempowered, if you are not really feeling a sense of fulfillment, maybe you're not doing work that you love, maybe you're not engaging in your passions, maybe you're not following your dreams, if you are not having relationships where you really feel a deep sense of intimacy, where you feel known, you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel uplifted, then the energy of your spirit is not growing, it's diminishing, it's shrinking, it's being restricted, and you're not spiritually growing. And that's what it's all about. Spiritual growth, in a nutshell, is, are you becoming a bigger version of love than you were before? Are you becoming a bigger expression and a bigger embodiment of love energy than you were before? And that is what spiritual growth all is about. It's not about proving anything, because you are love itself, so you have nothing to prove. It's not about becoming worthy and passing some test, because Source knows you are love and knows that you are always worthy, and there's nothing that you have to prove. There's no test that you have to pass. It is about growing. You can think about it like you're a plant, but you're a plant made of love. And is your plant growing, or is it staying stagnant, or is it shrinking? Is it not getting fed what it needs to grow, right? And that's what spiritual growth is about. Is, are you growing your spirit? Are you growing the energy of love that you are? Are you expressing it in a bigger way? And are you feeling it? Are you embodying it in a bigger way every year? And it's just a little bit more. And that's really, if you want to really think about New Year's resolutions, since we're still at the beginning of a new year, think about that. I want to grow my spirit more. I want to grow the feelings of love, the different vibrations of love within me. And how can I do that more this year? What are actions I can take that I need to do that can help me with that? What are things I need to stop doing that can help me with that? But that's it. There's not this kind of punishment scale that you need to think about. It's not about all this arduous, suffering tasks to do. It's really about, how can I live my life in a way that I can become more of the love that I am? in my life and feel more of that in my life and nourish more of that in my life and express more of that in my life. If you do that, you will be spiritually growing and you will get the benefits of growing your spirit, because the more you become love, the higher your vibration raises, the higher your frequency raises, and the more healthy your body becomes, because love is the source of wellness in your body. And also, love is the highest frequency available. So the more you begin to fill yourself with it and expand the love that you are, your frequency raises and you begin to manifest all the juicy and delicious things that you authentically, truly, deeply want. So this is spiritual growth is really about getting what you want. You want more health and wellness in your body. You want to experience more of an experience of heaven on earth. All of that is predicated on you becoming more of the love energy that you are. And that's what spiritual growth is all about. As always, I love you. Now go love yourself.